Greetings, YouTube. This is episode 5 of TEW 2016, The Price of Hulkamania. And we are live for the Superstars of Wrestling, which is the first episode after WrestleMania 3, which was a huge success. If you haven't seen that episode, I do suggest you check it out. And we're going to kick off the show with a major announcement. Jesse the Body Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon announced that starting next Monday night, there will be a new program from the World Wrestling Federation called Monday Night Raw. And it will be held each Monday night exclusively on NBC. Yes, we have gotten a major TV deal with the NBC television network, and we will be airing Monday Night Raw exclusively for 2 hours every Monday night. Now, the reason for this is, as I stated before, earlier, one of the first couple of episodes of the series, Superstars of Wrestling and Wrestling Challenge are both B shows, and unfortunately I cannot change any of those shows to an A show while the contract is still running. And if I want to improve, any overness and build up anyone, I can't really do it that much on B shows. So in order for this series to grow, there needs to be an A show, and the only way I could do that would be to introduce a new show. And since Monday Night Raw is there, I figured, hey, why not? And I was able to get a late evening time slot for Raw. So yeah, and I could have done it with this program, but I wanted at least a week to, the announcement and then the hype, because I just don't want to go from WrestleMania 3 right into the first episode of Raw without no announcement. So I'm giving until next week. Next week will be the debut of Monday Night Raw. So this episode of Superstars of Wrestling is just going to be mainly filler, basically just hyping up to the debut of Monday Night Raw next Monday night. So that announcement got a 75 B- rating. And next segment, in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, the Islanders defeated Mick Foley and Al Snow in 5:34 when Haku defeated Al Snow by pinfall. So, and Mick Foley and Al Snow showed excellent chemistry teaming together. Now, I'm not sure if the mod maker did that as, set it up in the database, or if it was just random luck, but yeah, Mick Foley and Al Snow, of course, mid-late 80s, they're young, they're still jobbers, so, don't be alarmed, obviously, that they're just being used to put over the Islanders at this point. Down the road, if things go the right way, then yes, they will have a spot higher up in the card in the future. Al Snow had an in-ring performance of 24, Mick Foley 31, Tama 48, and Haku 56. And Haku is improving in performance skills. The match got a 49D+ rating. And the next segment is a backstage pre-taped interview segment with Jimmy Hart and the Hart Foundation, where they're basically, gloating about the fact that they retained the WWF Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania 3, and that they're going to bring the Tag Team Championships to Monday Night Raw this coming Monday, and for everyone to turn into NBC to see the WWF Tag Team Champions in action. So basically just a hype for the Hart Foundation, the them putting over the fact that they won their match at WrestleMania 3 and still the tag team champions, and to plug Monday Night Raw this coming Monday. So it got a 64C rating. Next bout, in a decent match, Dino Bravo defeated Special Delivery Jones in 6:30 by pinfall with a sidewalk slam. SD Jones had an in-ring performance of 47, Dino Bravo 65. Let's see. We gotta change Dino Bravo's gimmick to a strongman. That got an above average. No worker improvements, and that match got a 63C rating. And then next pre-take segment is Bobby Heenan with the rest of the Heenan family, King Kong Bundy, Paul Orndorff, and King Harley Race. And much like the one with the Hart Foundation earlier, they're just hyping up the debut episode of Monday Night Raw on Monday night, and how Bobby Heenan is boasting about that he's going to have new members of the Bobby Heenan family debut in the coming weeks, and the only way to find out who they will be is to tune in to Monday Night Raw on NBC. So that got a 79B rating. And then in a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Lanny Poffo defeated Dave Finlay in 5:33 by pinfall with a diving senton. Dave Finlay had an in-ring performance at 23, Lanny Poffo 43. And that match got a 45D rating. So yeah, once again, since it's 1987, Dave Finlay, Finlay, whoever you know him as, just basically a jobber as of right now, giving Lanny Poffo a win because, yeah, Lanny Poffo, he's not going to be a big star, but he is useful to put over the heels on the heel side. So it's good to give Lanny Poffo a win every now and then, and Finlay is the perfect person to do this at this point in time. So in the next segment, we get a backstage segment with Rick Martel and Tom Zink backstage in a locker room, and they're talking about the issues they've been having dating back to WrestleMania 3, where Rick Martel got overzealous and hired Captain Louis Albano to be their manager, and Tom Zink was kind of upset over that because he felt Martel didn't consult him, despite Martel did trying to contact him, but Zink, didn't return his calls. But basically, Martel apologized. He did admit that he got a little overzealous, and he should have made sure to talk to him before hiring Albano to be their manager. And Martel just wants to start fresh. We need to get back on the winning track, and we can talk about, any future managers that they might want to hire, and then, we can revisit the whole manager thing here later. And Zink agrees, and next week on Monday Night Raw, the debut episode of Monday Night Raw, they will be in a tag team match. So that segment got a 43D rating. And then next match is a women's match, as I'm looking to build up a women's division. In an abysmal match, Akira Hokuto defeated Heidi Lee Morgan in 7:01 by pinfall with a missile dropkick. Heidi Lee Morgan had an in-ring performance of 22 and Akira Hokuto 31. No worker improvements. The match got a 31E plus rating. So yeah, expect more female debuts in the coming weeks. In a poor match, Nikolai Volkov defeated Outback Jack in 6:34 by pinfall with a Russian sickle. Outback Jack had an in-ring performance of 39 and Nikolai Volkov 63. No worker improvements. The match got a 60C rating. Now, about the Iron Sheik. He got, if you remember, he performed under the influence of drugs at WrestleMania 3. Then after WrestleMania 3, it showed that he obviously failed a drug test. I couldn't suspend him or anything like that because he was only under a pay-per-appearance deal. I'm trying to sign him to a actual written deal. I don't know how well that's going to work out for me with his drug issues. Hopefully, I can reform him. However, he is being offered written deals by both Jim Crockett Promotions and the AWA. I'm trying to fend off their contract advances. However, if by some chance that they do, one of them signs him away, I'm not going to be too fussed because of, he's not getting any younger, plus the drug and alcohol issues. So I'm going to try to sign him to a contract, but if he decides to sign with Jim Crockett or AWA, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Because if you're going to pay attention in the next, coming weeks in the series, you're going to find out that, I'm not going to miss the Iron Sheik in any way because, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but there's going to be plenty of people coming in, and, the Iron Sheik, we're not going to worry about him if it comes to that. So, next segment. In a poor match, Coco Beware defeated Tiger Chung Lee at 7:26 by pinfall with a birdbuster. And Tiger Chung Lee had an in-ring performance of 50, Coco Beware 54, no worker improvements, and the match had a 57 C- rating. So just to get Coco a easy win to build him back up after losing the Butchery at WrestleMania. And in the next bout, in a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Adrian Adonis and Adrian Street defeated the Crusher and CV Offee in 7:07, when Adrian Street defeated the Crusher by submission with a sleeper hold. CV Offee had an in-ring performance of 46, the Crusher 59, Adrian Street 39, and Adrian Adonis 74. Adrian Street is improving in performance skills. The match got a 66 C+ rating. In a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Hillbilly Jim defeated the Assassin in 6:52 by pinfall, which he would have used the big boot, which was generally what his finisher was. The Assassin had an in-ring performance of 47, Hillbilly Jim 61. No worker improvements. The match got a 59 C rating, so just basically to get Hillbilly Jim a win and give him a little momentum. I mean, he's not someone I'm going to have long-term plans for, but he's going to be a good asset to have to help put over other heels. And the Assassin, he's old. He's time decline because he's been around since like the 60s. So he's got 20 plus years of in-ring experience. He's on the time decline. I'm not really going to, give him a win anytime soon. Just trying to get other people over at his expense. Next segment is another pre-taped interview with the new Intercontinental Champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And he shows off his new title, and he thanks all of the fans for, sticking by him, supporting him on his road to recovery from his crushed larynx, and that he defeated Randy Macho Man Savage at WrestleMania 3, and he's going to, be an honorable and, Intercontinental Champion who's going to defend the title at all, against all comers. And if Macho Man wants a rematch, he knows where to find him, which will be on Raw Monday night on NBC. So once again, Ricky Steamboat, hyping the fact that he is the new Intercontinental Champion, and basically plugging Monday Night Raw on NBC. So if you don't notice by now, this is sort of a trend. The top stars are cutting promos during the show, basically reminding the fans to tune in to Monday Night Raw this next Monday on NBC. So that segment got an 85 B+ rating. And our next match, any decent match, Tito Santana defeated Sika in 7-11 by pinfall with a flying forearm. Sika and Tito Santana have great chemistry and it showed in their performance. Sika had an in-ring performance of 57, Chico Santana 71. No work improvements. The match got a 75 B- rating, so pretty good rating there. And another pre-taped interview. Macho Man and Elizabeth are, cutting a promo. Savage is, understandably upset. He basically says that Steamboat, Savage, he's wanted to admit when he's been defeated. And then he said at WrestleMania 3, that wasn't one of those times. The reason for it is because Steamboat had Lady Luck on his side. He got lucky, and the next time Steamboat will not have that luck on his side, and Savage will regain his Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion because he's number 1 and he's the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And he's going to confront Ricky the Dragon Steamboat this coming Monday night on the debut episode of Monday Night Raw on NBC. So that segment got a 63C rating. And then in a decent match, the Magnificent Morocco defeated Jim Powers in 12:06 by pinfall with a Tombstone Piledriver. Jim Powers had an in-ring performance of 45, the Magnificent Morocco 77. Jim Powers is improving in performance skills, and the match got a 70C+ rating. And then we end the show with Hulk Hogan in another pre-taped interview. He's talking about how, he overcame his former best friend, his former mentor, Andre the Giant, and he gave Andre the Giant his first ever pinfall defeat in Andre the Giant's illustrious career, and how he's leading his Hulkamaniacs into the 1990s. And what better way to do it than on national television with NBC and Monday Night Raw this coming Monday. So, once again, what better way to end the show with the World Wrestling Federation Champion hyping up the new show airing on NBC this coming Monday. And that segment got an 84 B+ rating. Then we end the show with a 72 B- rating. Can't be too fussed with that. And with that, until next time, our next episode will be the debut episode of Monday Night Raw on NBC. So until next time, take care.